Why don't you just sort by potential and see if they were drafted? Because temptation, I'd like to not see all of the good players so that I can pretend this series isn't going to be anything but soul-crushing depression. Hey, what's up guys? Tuki here, back again with another episode of my undrafted, free agent to glory only series. It's gonna be so difficult featuring the Maine Mariners, because why not? People said I should use the logo. They are my team after all. So yeah. Last episode was highlighted by soul-crushing depression, as we pointed out, and by the fact that I sent a contract. Don't worry, I noticed. You guys made sure I couldn't forget that we sent a contract to somebody that we shouldn't have been able to. Worst case scenario, we trade him. But yeah, in terms of sorting this by potential, that is easy. But then I get to look at Igor Shesterkin and cry. And then I get to go to the defense, and I get to look at Philip Hronek and cry. And then I get to look at the forwards and look at Mark Jankowski and cry. Or Mironov, who in fairness I could have signed, but I didn't. So yeah. Anyway, we sent out a bunch of contract offers. We'll see what goes through there. We do also need to fix the coaching staff, and then we're going to sim a year or 2 or 7, because let's be honest, it's going to take a very long time before we're good. So let's take a look at the coaches that are available to us, shall we? NHL head coach, Jesus. Now here's the thing. It says staff salary. We don't have owner mode on, though, so I wonder if I can just sign. Oh my sweet Christ, I'm signing him regardless. It's worth checking out. Cesar Lacadeur. My God. I'm not sure who he's supposed to replicate. Where does he start? Pittsburgh. So that's supposed to be Mike Sullivan, huh? Jesus. Well, we're sending an offer, and let's hope that with owner mode off, I'm not affected by salary. Because, yeah, he would be an amazing coach to have. And what type of coach is he, by the way? He is an offensive style. So let's look at an NHL associate coach. And do we have anybody who's half decent? One of these two, I guess. Are you offensive? Teacher, Guy Damon. He's not bad. I'm cool with him being a teacher. You know what, Guy? We need you. I choose you. 53 going on 78. But we need you. And then we also need an assistant coach. Same thing. High teaching rating would be preferred. So one of these two, and I imagine the generalist plays more of a physical style. We're not going to have a very good coach chemistry early on here, because the styles of play don't really line up. But I'll bring in the guys who have good coaching, and, at least for this season, I hope, as Boone Jenner and a third to Winnipeg for 2 firsts. Jesus Christ. Way to go, Boone Jenner. Okay, Lacouture rejected. That's not good. Sylvester signed. Nope, Dalmont didn't either. Okay, cool. Pinizzotto signed, Dupuis, Williams, Gray, Subban. I'm just going to spam A on all of those. Let's stop that for the moment. So we brought in the assistant coach, who plays a physical style. So that is what we're going to have to look for, unless I can... Actually, shit, did that head coach sign? He did. He's out of here. Damn it, that sucks. So let's see... one of these top 2, balanced and offensive, huh? We got to go for Stefan Vlasic next. That makes sense. I'd like to just sign you for all of the money, sir. Hopefully that sounds good. Over $4 million a year. Not going to bother interviewing you. I'll just throw money your way, because that's all you have to do in life. It's just throw money at the problems. And in terms of teaching here, that guy is good with vets. He's a teacher. Oh, it's Guy. Okay, well, he didn't want to accept. What about this dude? Balanced, Cameron Comrie, offensive, physical, Mr. Bouchard. Goalie specialty, though. That doesn't really help. It kind of does, but it doesn't. So, Cameron Comrie. Big fan of that haircut you got going on. Let's see if those two coaches are willing to accept as well. and we'll see what happens from there. So again, boy, menu lag is still something else sometimes. Comrie accepted and his wonderful haircut, and Stefan Vlasic accepted. Perfect. So the coaching staff is sorted. And in terms of who we have on roster right now, let's take a look. As we have 49 contracts, let's just double check over, who we have signed and such. So again, just to double check, goddamn Cademan Gray, it's unbelievable. Defensively, I think it was a forward that I signed that you guys noticed that I should not have. Which, again, that 2019 draft really screwed me. That extra 2019 draft really, really screwed me. Dupuis is fine to have on the team. I think we're fine. Nope, there he is. Rohan Ludwig right at the bottom. Damn it. All right, so we're going to deal him. And these draft picks here. Now, I know a lot of people think there are better ways. I don't really care that we're stacking up some random teams. Who's a rebuilder? Arizona. Buffalo. Arizona, congratulations, you win. Why not? I know some people aren't happy with the way I'm doing this, but again, who cares? We're helping. It's the lottery. We're helping turn the downtrodden into contenders. I'm playing God with the rest of the league. It's fine. Let some other people win and have fun. Don't you chastise me about trading somebody. I don't even know who would be chastising me. Owner mode's not on, so I'm assuming I'm the owner. Oh no. What's up with Boston just throwing first-round picks around? A first-round pick from Matthew Perreault, who ended up in friggin' Montreal somehow. Come on, man. Jan Ruda and Andy McDonald for Peter... Okay, Jesus. Peter Reynolds goes for 2 okay defensemen. Sure. Fine by me. What we're going to do here is, of course, sim to the beginning of this next season. And we'll probably do the same thing that we've been doing, in that we set up the team. That way you guys get a look at what we're shaping up to be. And then I'm just going to sim towards the deadline. If there are any big trades to pop up, cool. And if not, we'll sim all the way to the end of the year. Because, again, there is no point in investing in game-by-game simming at this point. It's not going to go well, as Popovich is going to be one of the goalies this year. So we'll see what happens there. And then we have a medium backup, a starter, and then the 2 fringes. So we'll actually still call up Welsh. And I do worry. We need Wyatt Pete to play. At least a little bit. So, actually, what we're going to do is send down Welsh. He'll be a healthy scratch. And it'll be Cote Kazanave as the starter. Pete will be the backup, so Popovich will be a healthy scratch. Welsh will be a healthy scratch in goal. Defensively, we have our 4, 5, and 6. I think I turned injuries off. I don't remember. I hopefully did. If I didn't, I will. So those 2 will be sent down. And oh god, yeah, there are gonna be some healthy scratches. That's gonna be a thing. As a matter of fact, like these 3 are getting called up, or not those 2. Never mind, they're right back up on the roster because why not? Actually, okay. Send them down, go best lines, make sure a coin's in, then call them up. And then forward-wise, we have, again, 10, 11, and 12 with Struthers, which I'm fine with because Kuleshov will probably do better in the AHL. So, yeah, gonna be a rough year. It's not gonna be great. So it will be Popovich who is taken out. Wyatt Pete will get some playing time this year. And then let's go to roster moves again. And we'll see who we can call up here that we don't really care about their development. And it would be a Coin and Berger. So down in the AHL, we'll go best lines. Let's make sure our top players are in the lineup. So again, Welsh, unfortunately, is the odd man out, as we need Gray and Corriston in. And then defensively, In terms of prospects, it's a Gaspar and Sapago that are likely to be on the outs. Jekimovs and Asham. Wallace needs to be playing too. So this will be interesting. Somebody's going to have to take a seat. I'm not sure who it's going to be. Let's bring in Yekimovs. And who's the odd man out from there? It's probably Wang as the low seventh. Kavanagh's a little bit higher up. So that will bring Jack Asham into the team. Oh, God. Oh, Jackie boy, you do not... Okay, that works. I was going to say, you don't line up with anybody. Forward-wise. Any AHL potentials? Max Patterson. Loktionov. Yep, will be in for you. The Grouch. I love him, but... he's the next one on the chopping block based off of his potential. Is there a right wing to replace him? There is not. So the Grouch is safe. That will be the AHL team. That is the NHL team. Let this nightmare season begin. So, the regular season went about as well as expected. Funny enough, it actually went a little bit better than I think you would have expected. 8-72-2. We somehow managed to win 8 games with that roster. Don't ask me how, but it happened. We scored 148 goals, 1.8 goals for per game. The second lowest was a 2.54. The Rangers, still terrible, despite me sending them some draft picks. So, it's not a guarantee that I'm going to be making teams better. Ryan Hughes led this team in points with 42 in 82 games. He's now 22 years old. Still not a great potential, though. Not sure what his ceiling is ultimately going to be. 2 30-point defensemen, though, which is fairly impressive. And goaltending-wise, it could have been a hell of a lot worse. It probably should have been, with the amount of offensive support that those two had. So with that, the main thing here, of course, is simming to the end of the playoffs, seeing what happened, who won, the awards and everything, then taking a look at our progress reports, and hopefully seeing some improvement when it comes to potentials. Of course, overall improvement, very nice, welcomed, but it's mainly about the potentials and whether or not, say, the low 6 guys, the low top 6 forwards that we signed, can they go up to a medium top 6 as the Philadelphia Flyers win the Stanley Cup in 2022. So we'll see what the journey looked like for them. They beat Colorado in 7. That should, be able to pause the screen there if you want to take a full look at the bracket. And San Jose Barracuda beat the Binghamton Devils. They swept them in the Calder Cup final. So I want to take a look, of course, at what Philly looks like. Take it from there. Let's see what a Stanley Cup winning team looks like. Claude Giroux's still there. Couturier. Farabee made the roster. Morgan Frost. New addition of Armia. That's about it. Tyler Ennis. So the forward core is pretty much unchanged from players who are already in the system. Goligoski ended up in Philly. And Carter Hart wins the Stanley Cup. And if you hear that, that's the sound of a lot of Flyers fans. We'll just drop that sentence. Where was he going to go with that? I'll never tell. Individual awards, Nathan MacKinnon wins the Art Ross. Taylor Hall wins the Hart in Colorado, of course. OEL wins the Norris. Nathan MacKinnon, Lady Bing. The Calder goes to Evgeny Svechnikov. That's our Temi Panarin-esque. How old is Svechnikov at this point? Jesus, that's the one thing we didn't look at was rookie point. Or in general, I didn't look at point totals around the league. Whoops. I hope you can forgive me. The Vezina to John Gibson. Matt Murray won the Jennings. Zellinger won the Masterton, which again is not a surprise. It's just kind of what happens when you have a terrible team. Andy Dufresne wins the Jack Adams. Patrice Bergeron, the Selke. Taylor Hall to Ted Lindsay. And the Rocket Richard to Nathan MacKinnon. In the AHL, Solaric scored the most goals and was league MVP, or most points. Most goals went to Tanner Lashinsky. Cole Fonstad was top rookie. Ian Mitchell, top defenseman. Top goaltender, Kevin Lankinen. MVP of the playoffs, Zachary Immel. Not bad. Not bad at all. So let's take a look at the progress reports. Again, it's tough to I don't want to say care about these early seasons, but we know we're not going to be competitive, and it's all down to just a ton of luck. Goalie-wise, no improvements there. Corriston and Gray got better, both still medium fringe. So, I mean, hey, we do have 2 medium fringe goalies, but the problem is 21 and a 63, 21 and a 59. It's not looking good. Defensively, good improvements for Matthias Zellinger, but still a high 9 at 23, or a high 9, I wish, a high AHL top 2 at 23 years old. Cizikas, I mean, it's decent. He's our best defenseman listed there. And then elsewhere, some good improvements in terms of overalls, but I'm still not really seeing any potential improvement, which is scary. And then forward-wise, someone like Jass gets better, but like I said, while we have overall improvements, I'm not really seeing potential improvements. And if potential improvements aren't as common as I was hoping they would be with a good coaching staff, then we are in a lot of trouble because we will then be solely dependent, as the Blues get that 4th overall pick thanks to us. We would be solely dependent on relying on the players that are there just in that current state, you know, not having to hope for those potential improvements and just being like, okay, that's who it is. He's not going to get any better. It would be a bit of a nightmare. As Marlowe, Spezza, Williams, Pavelski, and Pominville, amongst others, retire. Top defenseman to call it a day is Dano Chara in Winnipeg. That's horrifying. Ham Hughes, Girardi, Trevor Daley. Goalie-wise, Craig Anderson and Corey Schneider. Anybody becoming a staff member? Doesn't look like it. More likely than not. We did not lose any staff members. Jonathan Erickson becomes a scout. Very few. I got so lucky, especially with that, you know, for the sake of the tweet about Kessel becoming the head coach there. I got very lucky that happened because it does seem to be a rarity that, you know, coaches ultimately do end up, or that players ultimately do end up becoming coaches. It does seem very random. Now, we have no picks in this draft. We're just going to sim through it because why not? Top pick in the draft, Valette. It was also the Shane Wright and Matt Savoy drafts. Person and Brad Lambert involved as well. So we go to the re-sign phase. Again, scout-wise, we don't have to care. Coach-wise, we're fine. We could look for better coaches if we wanted to. Maybe, you know, a coaching staff that'll have a little bit better chemistry together. In terms of who we have here, it's a tough call in that I feel like we're going to have to get rid of a goalie. Defensively, Zellinger can stay. He pretty much has to. Berger's going to be dropped for obvious reasons. Joseph Berger, great hair, but he's got to go. Gaspar, same thing. He has to go. That's pretty straightforward. And I got a feeling some of these other guys are going to have to leave the team too. Decent overall for Yannick Bruchweiler. So for that reason, we're going to look to re-sign him. He has some nerve asking for that much money. Same thing with Topping. It's a decent overall, so we'll look to bring him back. And from there, we are good. So we're likely to have to try and pair some of our trash. No disrespect, but we're likely to have to pair some, you know, our trash with draft picks to be able to make sure that we have space, as people have the nerve to reject contracts. Can you imagine? Like, have fun going over to like the Norwegian second tier, because that's the only other place where someone's actually going to imagine Bruchweiler rejecting that much money. This is extortion. Literal extortion that he just didn't accept that initial offer, which was already a drastic overpayment. Are you serious? Fine, fuck both of you. Go test the market. Whatever. I'll see you. I'll see you at some point down the road when you're working the freaking, you know, when you're working the cash register at, you know, a fucking Whole Foods rather than, you know, being an NHL player. You have fun with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with working the cash register at Whole Foods. I'm just saying, in comparison, especially for that one dude to make $1.6 million as a hockey player, he could have made a better choice. But you know what? It's fine. Don't worry about it. So, as far as who we have available here, again, God, don't make me do this. I don't want to sort by potential. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Oh, my God. Please. For the love of God, there are 4 teams in for him. Please, are you there, EA Jesus? Please. Oh, please, let him sign with us. And we'll probably waste his entire career. Oh, my God. Why have you forsaken me? And the Kings let him go, too. Well, that's why we didn't want to sort by potential. Because it's nothing but heartbreak. There is a medium fringe. I just want to die. Come on, man. You can't keep taunting me like this. What about Kabanov? Okay, Sergei Kabanov works. Medium backup in a 62. Another medium backup at 21, though. You have Clarkson, 19. Nope. This is proving to be a bigger troll than I thought it was going to be. And it's very upsetting. Parker Parent is also available. Might be Perrant. Jason Woods. Alright, so we have three backup goalies. And we know we got a couple of AHL goalies, so I think what we're going to do was Woods available. He was. So we're going to send an offer to Jason Woods. The 21-year-olds we're not going to worry about as much because, again, they won't have as much time to develop. And they're more likely, I would say, to have been picked. Parker Parent, Parker Perrant. Depends on if you're a Flyers fan or not. We'll look to sign him, too. And again, this was the goalie that some people spotted in the comments. It's Roddy Ross, though. He is real. Clarkson wasn't available. It was down to... It was Kabanov, right? Yeah. So, we'll send an offer out to those 3. I can't believe there was a medium elite who wasn't available. We'll send the offer out to those 3. Because of that, though, we know we don't have enough space to sign everybody. So, we're going to go ahead and just dump these goaltenders, which I am allowed to do, because why not? I said so. They are our 3 best goalies, with the exception of Pete, who will probably be our starter. We're going to dump these 3, hopefully all to the same team, and we're going to give up draft picks this year to make that happen. So let's look for a team that needs goalie help. The Anaheim Ducks. Perfect. To draft picks we go. Give me that 7th round pick down the road. Will that go through? Yes, it will. So thank you very much, Anaheim. And hopefully we get all of those goaltenders. Let's look at defensemen to see if I can have my heart broken again. Let's see what we have. Ranford. Yes, okay. Joey Ranford. He's not great. He's a 56 low top 4, but we'll take what we can get. Hopefully he ends up signing. Again, now I get to look at Mahura and Pionk and think about what could be. Why must you guys torture me by saying, hey, do it this way? I was doing it the other way for a reason. And it was also to emphasize just how screwed we are early on. Because we are. Caden McIntosh, nope. Alright, do we have any 7ths? Any 7ths. There's still a lot of scrolling because I got to scroll through all of this too that we can't take. High 7ths, nobody. Medium 7th. Topi Niemela, nope. Cam Sillinger, hey, Cam Sillinger could work. He's not great, but beggars can't be choosers, can they? Anybody else? Marchant, also available. Alright, Davis Marchant. Look to bring him back. We're not back, but look to sign him up in the first place. And looking at ages here, we also have Combs, who is terrible. But this challenge might be too much. I don't know. It's early stages. I suppose I should still have more confidence than I do. We don't yet know if the coach progression's going to work like it should be able to. And, we're just now going to be getting into the point where, we'll start to see it, be all computer-generated drafts. So that will help. But I am horrified that this is just not going to go well. Although Bjorn Mebus is a great name. Tremendous name. A lot of medium sevens, my God. Lautner will look to sign up. We're going to have to move some defensemen, too, if we get all of these guys, which is fine. Anybody else, or is that it? All the medium sevens. Good God. Kari Hall, not available. Could have continued the great Hall tradition on this channel. Montreal. Nothing like, drafting a bunch of defensemen and signing none of them. So let's go clear out a bunch of the guys that we know we're going to have to get rid of again, because it's just how it's working. It's just what it's looking like. $73 million in space. So in terms of potential, I know they're like our best players, but we got to think more of the future. So Christensen, Kret, Belzile, Pachal, and a coin have to go. We'll keep the rest, I guess. Boston. Let's just screw you over for the hell of it. Take my trash. If you would, no disrespect to Christensen, I think you should probably have a higher potential, maybe. I don't know, I'm just saying that in case somehow he hears this. I'm just saying I'm not calling him a bad person. But for what we're looking to do, we need a bit more. That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying, man. Forwards, anybody. I had my heart broken twice already. Is it going to get worse? Oh, God, he's an RFA. Hainsey. Adam Hainsey. #1 pick in that extra draft. Based off Hello Forstrom. Kalle Forstrom. Okay, so we might have a low 9 forward, or a low 6 forward, not a low 9. Whoops. Might have a low top 6 forward there joining the group. Bunch of players we can't take that I'd love to have on this team. Isn't that fun to look at? Ha 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 ha. It's painful. Medium 9, please. Please. Damn it, Philly. Why didn't you just sign him? He's good. That doesn't make sense. It's like the AI is just actively letting go of players. I mean, well, in fairness, the Rangers completely botched that. Vesunov is available. 60, low 9, at 20 years old, a grinder. Why the hell not? Ponikarovsky, also available. Vyacheslav Ponikarovsky. Look to sign him up. We also have Ralph McGillis. Oh boy. All the low 9s in the world. Ottawa's apparently interested. Go figure. Don't go for any of the good players. Go for the low top 9s that in theory I should be the only one who has interest in as a franchise. Oh God. High bottom 6s. These are all overagers for us. Except for this guy. Jack Finley's real though. And he was drafted. Damn it. Nick Wong's, of course, real. He was drafted. John Jason Petereka Heimerschmidt. He was drafted, too. His name is also my name, too. Anybody, please? Oh, God. Brady Burns is real. He was drafted. Oh, my God. This is... This downward spiral started when there was a medium elite goalie that we couldn't draft. Or couldn't sign. This is essentially our version of drafting. Oh God, Luke Shing. Nope. God. Yuri Komatov. Okay, we got another medium bottom 6 forward. That's good. Anybody else? This guy, Robin Pohl. Sign him up. Hopefully. This would technically have us, we're closing on having too many contracts. Kelvin Arcabello is not available. Yanni Teravainen is not available. Gregor, not available. Manny Weinrich is, though. The Weinrich. Son of Eric. Is there anybody else? Bear Popovich. Tremendous name. Sign him up immediately. Bear Popovich. Tyrone Coleman, not available. What about Enqvist? Frederick Enqvist? Nope. Matty Tyrväinen? No. Oh my god, please. Mauricio Sopel and Max Schoten are available. This guy is a 51. What a nightmare. This might be too great of a task for any coaching staff to have in terms of trying to develop these players. There was old Spike Para. Mikhail Kozanov, not available. That might be it. Maybe not. Guillermo Erskine, not available. Tristan Robbins, not available. Please get to the end of the medium bottom six. As we know, Rohan Ludwig's not available. You don't mess with the Rohan because you're not allowed to draft him or sign him. Boris Saprikin. This is a nightmare seeing all these players that the AI draft that I can't take. It's an absolute nightmare. Alright. So we've sent out 20 offers. Obviously we have to clear out some forwards, and we're still going to have to sign veterans to not have the cap be reassigned. So let's see who we are getting rid of, shall we? And in terms of potential, I mean, Belitka's gone. And out of all of these medium AHLs, Grouchy, Patterson, Topping might stay. Struthers looks like he's on the chopping block. And we'll give up that 5th round pick. Who needs contracts? The Toronto Maple Leafs need contracts. We'll take that 7th round pick down the road. Thank you very much. And I'm still going to clear out 1 or 2 others, I think, right? Based off of who was there. Gutenberg and Topping. Gutenberg and Topping, I think, still have to go. Yeah, they still have to go. Because we had, what, 20? Yeah, we'll clear them out, bring in some veterans, and we'll be okay. So let's go to Vancouver. See what we can do. Get that 7th round pick down the road. And trade them our remaining 2023 picks. So there we go. We are already out of the next draft, which is perfect. And with that, we should be able to sign everybody that's available. The one thing I want to check, though, before we move forward is the coaching staff. As we did actually lose... Did I just not sign AHL guys last year? Alright, the teaching is still good. We need an AHL assistant coach and a goalie coach. I don't know if I just outright forgot to sign them last year or not. I might have, in fairness. So, the old assistant coach, we need a good teaching rating. Of course, goalies, goalie coaches are typically pretty good. We will look for Dawson Takahashi, who has great elevation. Look to sign him up. And we need an outright assistant coach, and you see all the teachers have goalie as their primary for the most part. We will look to bring in this dude for the hell of it, Stanislav Lazarev. Great beard. We'll see if he will sign up. That'll be good with the coaching staff. And we will take it from there. So let's see what happens. Takahashi rejected, or Takahashi, that's unfortunate. Oh, good. Both of them rejected. Parent, Combe, Sillinger, Sopel, Aponikarovsky, Komatov, Woods, Shoten, Marchant, McGillis, Popovich, Ranford. Everybody is accepting, thank God. We needed that. We needed all those subpar players to sign with us for obvious reasons. So let's see what we have here. Let's try this again. Hopefully not have people reject like a bunch of nerds. Let's go for Kerman, maybe. Yeah, I guess we'll go for Kerman. He has a goalie specialty. Pay that man his money. And then for the next dude, let's go for this dude who has a C- instead. Mateo Stempniak. Beautiful. Hopefully they sign. Then I can sort out what the hell we're doing with our vets to take out the take up the cap space. Thank God they both signed. Sweet. So, tell you what. Let's get this over and done with. We'll jump cut to when the team's set up, and then we'll take it from there. So, oh God, we only have 3 roster spots. This could be rough, actually. Let's go for Pierre Cedric Lebris. Try to sign him to a boatload of money. I might have to get rid of somebody else. John McCarthy here. U.S. Olympian. And let's go for Andrew Desjardins, who I believe wore the number 69 once. It was hilarious. So those three will sign. We'll see what we're looking like money-wise. And then we should be okay. And good to go. Beautiful. All three signed, as you would hope they would when they get just handed that much money. We should be okay. I shouldn't have to sign anybody else. It's 21 million basically. We should be okay. So let's move forward.